Hey there. Welcome back to the Fanboy Cantina. Thank you for joining live. This is really exciting. This is super exciting. We have a guest. This is Mr. Let me kind of, which way do I point? I'd be a terrible meteorologist.
Other way.
We
Boom.
have
There you go.
other way, Mr. Chris Ryons, the owner, proprietor, the creator of Broaxium Outpost, and we're appreciative of the time to chat with you, Chris. Thank you for being here.
Greg, thanks for having me, man. I really do appreciate it. Everyone out there needs to know this. Mr. Greg Morishige was our first customer on the website. And I couldn't be more appreciative. I was just like, oh my god, it's Greg. And like, that was just it was awesome that that happened. How are you enjoying the
No,
Saul figure, by the way?
I am absolutely loving the figure. This is
Nice.
fantastic. And for reasons I'll get to in a moment, it felt fitting of this particular figure and why to purchase it from you,
Mm.
Chris. So we've got comments already in the chat. LFG Chris Connolly writes in, "Let's go." Junkyard writes in, "Let the ride start." And yes, we are live. Yeah, it took me a while to figure out which button to click, but hopefully it's working. All right. So so um, so Chris,
Yeah.
just for everybody to get to know you a little bit better, maybe you could share a little bit about you and the name. Actually, how did where did the name Broaxium get created?
Well, uh, back in 2018, my the Broaxium channel partner and I, Dan Miller, were banging our heads together with like, what are we going to call this? What we're going to call this channel that we wanted to start. The channel it started out as us doing Star Wars comics previews, just kind of for people to get their, to help get eyes on the comics that to us were like the an amazing avenue for Star Wars storytelling. We love the comics, and because I was working at a comic shop at the time, I get the comics early so we could preview them before people, before they hit the shelves. So for people to get their hands on them and start reading these amazing stories. But it was 2018. Solo was out at the time. I love the Solo movie so much, like we both do,
Mm-hmm.
and we were looking for something kind of like Han and Lando ish for a name, and we couldn't think of anything for a while. Then I think it was like around June or July, and I'm just thinking of what element from Solo, can we take and use that, and I was like, I want to use the word bro because it's just two dudes talking about Star Wars comics. So I kept bro in my head. I'm like, what? Well, like, what if the word has a O sounding something, and I was like, oh man, what is it? And then it just hit like that, and I was like, before I even said the word out loud, I sent Dan a message. I just went Broaxium, and he was like, that's amazing. And then like that was it. That was it.
That,
So I took the
that's
coaxium
awesome.
with the bro. Boom.
It makes perfect sense. It makes perfect sense.
Yeah.
And if folks follow you on TikTok, people can see, or Broaxium on TikTok, you can see
Mhm.
the comic reviews, the comic
Yeah.
previews that yourself and others put together.
Ooh,
So
the Dark
that makes sense.
Droids.
The heritage.
Yeah.
Yes, this was a total gift. This was a total which yeah. So so Chris, just to build off of that, what's kind of your origin story, your oldest memory of Star Wars? How did you get connected to Star Wars?
Well, I'm one of those OG Star Wars fans.
Yeah,
I
same.
was born in '75, so when it came out, it was over. Like it was just that. Like this is my life. It's all Star Wars. Um, the earliest memory I can think of is my dad. Um, had a like some kind of a bootleg reel of Star Wars, and so like
Uh-huh.
we set up the little projector in our house, and we had this big wide white wall. We'd play on there. Like I'd ask for them to play it like all the time. So I would have that. I'd have the my figures and everything. I remember my first two Star Wars figures. were Han and Luke.
Huh.
Yeah, they're my first two, and now it's a ridiculous amount
You have
of
a few
Star Wars
more. You
stuff.
have a few
Yeah,
more.
I was able to get a couple more uh,
Uh-huh.
in the years since. Maybe a few.
We're of similar age. I got a few more miles. So I saw the first one in the theater as a
Hmm.
kid,
Hmm.
and my folks, they took me to the. They built it up, and we're going to take you to see Star Wars, and they called it a space opera. And I thought,
Hmm.
I don't want to see an opera movie. What the heck is this? And then I'm sitting in the theater. Yeah, and my head explodes. My head
Yeah,
explodes. Just yeah, it was transformative. Yeah,
yeah.
the toy that I think cherish most, although it's largely dismantled, it is the Falcon. Is the original Falcon.
Mm,
Um,
yeah.
it's fallen apart. The ramp thing, didn't last very long because perpetual, opening and closing. But still, it's cherished possession.
Yeah. I don't I
Yeah,
I don't have mine anymore, and
yeah,
it was I know like it was in a trunk in the garage at a house I grew up in King of Prussia, Pennsylvania, and
yeah.
I had moved, and I had moved out, and it just got lost to time. I think when my mom finally moved out of that house, I think that was left. So the people that are living there now, like I've been meaning to go up there and just be like, hey, do you by chance? Yeah, I'm pretty sure they lie because that thing is worth money, but it's dismantled, just like yours, like the cockpit, the canopy, that's gone.
Oh yeah,
Um, uh, don't even ask me about the training, the Jedi training ball.
the little ball thing.
Oh,
Yeah,
that's gone. That's gone.
long since gone.
Um, yeah, yeah, a lot of that's gone. Yeah, I think I may still have the ramp, but I think that the back, the top back of the Falcon, I think that's
Yep.
also history as well.
Yeah,
Everything gets lost to
I
time.
totally get you. It's just that it was a treasure piece. It was a vehicle. It was a
Yeah,
playset. It was storage. You could chuck all of your figures in it.
yeah,
It was really nice back then. The most readily at hand one that I think I have is my Boba Fett, my mail-in Boba Fett that obviously doesn't see
yeah,
anything.
yeah. I
Uh,
still
but
have that. I still have that. No right arm on it. I did not save those for collectors. I played with those things until the wheels fell off.
Exactly.
But,
As you should, as
yeah,
people should. You should play
yeah,
with your toys. You play with your toys. So from the comments, okay, so Chris, at the Comic Con right now, I can't hear the live show, but I'll watch as much as I can.
awesome.
Okay, so yeah, use the closed captioning, whatever it takes. Love the Broaxium font /
Thank you.
logo, so that is nice. And another shout out for it is an impress. Are you a graphic designer as well, or do you have
A
just
bit.
talented
A
friends,
bit.
or what?
This one was a collaboration between me
Oh,
and someone who's helping me make the website, or who's making helping me make that website.
yeah.
But yeah. Like this is I
Nice.
was like I needed to be Star Wars based,
It's
and
it's a beautiful.
and so we both came together and it just like worked out how it was going to look and everything. So yeah, I'm very happy with how this came out.
Awesome. Awesome. We got another post from Junkyard here. So this is an origin story. I came to the US in 1981, and a kid next door dragged me to an Empire Strikes Back showing. Didn't understand much, but totally blown away by the action and tech. Then to see the toys he had from Star Wars. Boom. Yeah.
Yep,
That's
that's how it
awesome.
goes.
That's how it
That's how
goes.
it goes, man.
Yeah.
That's an awesome story.
So, so it's one thing to be a content creator. You're talking with your buddy about Star Wars comics. You've got the Broaxium channel and all of its content. talk about that. The next stage here, the next movement, the progression to becoming an owner. What motivates you to open up the Broaxium Outpost?
It's something that that I've been wanting to do for a long time. I've been in the retail business for many years. Like I got 30 plus years retail in all different types of retail stores, different kind of products, and that sort of thing. For the last 20 years, I've been working at a comic shop in Philly called Atomic City Comics. Love that place. It was home to me, still is to a degree, you know. And I learned so much there. And like I said, anyone out there who's a fan of Kevin Smith's movies, um, one day I was at the theater watching Clerks 2. Randall and Dante had this argument while they were locked up for nefarious reasons, and Randall says to Dante, like, I would buy the quick shop and reopen it myself, and that just kind of like, yeah, that lit something in me, and I was like, that's the next logical step for me. That's what I want to do. So I've had that idea since even before Broaxium was a
Mm.
thing. It was just I wasn't ready to do anything then, and I'm sort of ready now. It's just it get to the point of now or never. Like it had to happen. So it was time to me to do it for myself, and I was like, what better? Why not have synergy between a channel and this store? Why not bring them together? So, and I love the name Broaxium. So I'm like, let's just make that a part of it. Like it had like 1,000 names I had for years beforehand. And like one was Sail Barge Outpost, SALE
Oh,
barge.
oh,
But I was like, I can't do that. Another name was Bounty Funters Collectibles, but then I took the Bounty Funters and I make that like that's the name of like that's what I call every Broaxium Outpost customer. Like they're all bounty funters, come and join the Bounty Funters Guild, at Broaxium Outpost. So yeah, everything works out.
everything works out. Yeah, I love. From a couple of my buddies who are in the chat here,
Mm.
yeah, View Askew is big for us.
Yeah.
The Clerks 2 was, it
Oh,
just hit all the right notes.
yeah. Yeah.
Yeah,
Clerk Street was awesome. A little depressing. But
it feels like we're right since we're the approximately the same age. Oh, am I
yeah.
stuck? I might be stuck. Am I stuck?
Mm.
Okay, am I not stuck? Sometimes
Mm.
I have Comcast is just a thing. I don't know. I don't know how to describe Comcast.
Yeah.
This is a family show. Yeah.
Gotta keep it.
So
Yeah.
yeah, gotta lower that temperature down. But
Yeah.
anyway, but with View Askew, yeah, I mean Kevin Smith again, he's like kind of our age-ish,
Yeah.
maybe a little bit older. But those movies kind of grow with us and the
And absolutely,
generations.
absolutely, absolutely. That was one
Yeah.
of the things that really caught me with those movies. I was working at a video store when Clerks came out.
Oh my
Like I remember,
goodness.
we got previews and whatnot. Like I saw a preview for this Clerks movie, and I was like, "Oh my god, when is this coming out? This movie speaks to me. Are they talking Star Wars while working at a video store?" I'm like, this is what I do. How old was I? I forgot how old I was. 18, 19, maybe
Yeah.
somewhere around in there. Um, and the movie, we got a screener of it like before the movie came out, and I fell in love with that movie. Fell in love with what he was doing, and each Clerks. This is the funny, scary part. Each Clerks movie was at
Uh,
the right time in my life. Like I was
mm.
sort of going through like some of the exact same things. Then that third one came out. You seen Clerks 3, right?
Yes, I have.
I was
It
like,
hits
oh
hard.
no, yeah, it's hard. I'm like, oh no, I hope I'm not there
Yeah.
because heart attacks are plenty. So I
Yeah.
was like, oh no, oh no. But amazing, love that movie.
Love that movie. Yeah. Yeah. I feel like I've been wanting to do a thing about Clerks 3 and just sort of how that hit. It was just did not expect it. Hit me in a really emotional way,
Yeah,
and yeah. Anyways,
it really showed like Kevin Smith's growth
hmm
as a writer, even though like
hmm
like not to say like the other stuff was juvenile because Chasing Amy was like next level to me.
yep,
Um,
yep,
so yeah, like it really did show like with age and wisdom and whatnot. So yeah, I thought that was an amazing film.
yeah. So as I was waiting for Broaxium Outpost to come online, and then when I saw it that the store was open, I well, first, I think at the time I was like commuting or whatever, so I couldn't do something immediately. But then, as soon as I got settled, I got on my phone and I made a purchase. So I went through all the stuff, and you've got a combination of actually. Let me for folks who haven't seen it yet, you are missing out, and so I'm gonna just try to. Oops, that's wait a minute. I'm gonna try to share my screen of the Broaxium site, so everybody can, and you should already be there on your own. But here, this is just a wonderful experience that you've got on the Broaxium Outpost site.
Thank you.
So all kinds of uh, franchises, toys, just such a wide selection. And the store is just getting started. So
Yeah,
for myself, I wanted to have something in my hands right away. So I didn't want to do a pre-order as my first purchase. I
yeah, I
wanted
got you.
to have it in my hands. So I went through and then I looked for a something that spoke to me,
Mm,
on the website. So the one, and I'll stop sharing my screen here. So the one that I did end up purchasing, I ended up picking up a couple of things, which is first Saul
yeah,
with the slightly problematic Jedi from
yeah. He a
the
couple.
Acolyte Star Wars.
Everyone makes mistakes. His just his were pretty big.
It's kind of messed up.
Yeah.
Yeah, I enjoyed Squid Game. I don't really know Lee Chung Jae at all,
Mm,
apart from his work in Squid Game, and then
mm,
obviously now Star Wars Acolyte. So I was excited to have this character, and then, but yeah, then watching the show. I mean, this could be like an episode by itself. What's the list of like crimes that he has committed?
it's him.
Uh,
It is the Jedi, and it's Vernestra. Like
oh
we're gonna
man.
find out so many things of what she's been through that you know for her to turn out the way that she has. Not that she's like
Uh-huh.
evil or anything like that, but a lot of cover ups to keep the Jedi's noses clean, so to speak. So
Yeah.
yeah, there's a lot. There's a lot to unpack. There's a lot to unpack
There's a
around
lot
that
to
acolyte
unpack.
story.
But when like so for folks who have seen Mr. Ryans and other forums, you should do a fantastic Lando rendition.
Thanks.
But it's been a while since anybody's
Mm,
seen it. But like
yeah,
um, when growing up as a kid, loved Star Wars.
yeah,
But I didn't see anybody who looked like me,
yeah,
in that show.
yeah.
Yeah, yeah. If there was anything that I connected with, I was a kid. I was doing this martial art called kendo at the time, which is bamboo
Mm,
swords and armor and things. So I identified with Luke as kind of the hero, obviously, but because he was using the lightsaber, I got connected that way.
yeah,
And then I think, well, at least for myself, over time, much bigger Han Solo fan than I was maybe as a Luke fan. But so I've got my own like Han Solo jacket and whatnot in the
nice.
in the closet. Um, but yeah, so I didn't see anybody though that was looking like me,
Yeah,
and even still, like across the years, like there's some maybe problematic characters that maybe look Asian-y that were aliens, but not really a not really an Asian character still.
Yeah.
Um, yeah. So so it was such a blessing with the sequel trilogy to have, Rose Tico,
Mm.
again, a whole other tangent there, but, really appreciated to have an Asian American character shown
Hmm.
in the franchise.
Yeah.
And then to have, it's two Asian male characters and the acolytes, just a blessing,
Yeah.
and so to have these characters shown in this franchise that I do love,
Yeah.
even when it's not great, it's still Star Wars.
Mm.
It's a blessing. So
Yeah.
it felt fitting, and because I see it in the characters that you have in the banners and so forth in the Broaxium Outpost, it's a blessing to have characters that represent my culture, I guess, or
Yes.
my face, and it
Mm.
it matters to me.
Yeah.
Um,
Absolutely. Absolutely.
so
Like for the longest time with me, I had Lando.
yeah,
You know, and I'm not
and that was
complaining. I
it.
love Billy D. I had Lando. Luckily, as a kid, there were three different Lando figures. Bestman, General, and Skiff Guard Lando.
Oh yeah,
Because so for me, and I've said this on other streams, I would name them all different characters as a kid,
mm.
and would always interact with them just so they were just more like black characters from Star Wars that
Yeah,
I could
sure.
play with. And 16 years later, we got Mace Windu, and I'm happy about that. The one thing that always sticks out to me in Return of the Jedi,
Yeah.
there are two pilots who get killed off back to back. Um, there's the one black X-wing pilot is like, she's gonna blow, boom, and that goes off,
Yep.
and then then the next shot is I think the first Asian. Yeah, I think it's
Yeah, you're
yeah,
right.
and it was a pilot, and I think it was Y-wing or B-wing
I think he's in
pilot.
Red 5. Who's is he in? Now I got to rewatch. I feel
Yeah,
like I ought to know, but yes.
yeah, and they had the Asian pilot, and they both went out, and I was like, but why them? Why together? Why? Oh, that was always like a thing with me with that. But yeah, it and for whatever stuff people want to say about Disney, Star Wars, and whatnot, the representation has been off the charts all around, as far as
Yeah.
I'm concerned. Wow, it's been amazing, and sometimes the representation is, like I said, it's bountiful. Sometimes with the characters, they don't do right by them. Don't get me started on
Yep.
Finn.
Yep. Oh
But
man.
when it came to the Acolyte, I was like, because Rise of Skywalker, that was the one thing. Rise of Skywalker was the first time there were two black characters on screen together talking. Now it's Jana and Finn, and that blew my mind. Just seeing that, I can't believe this is happening. This is in the 40 plus years. It's never happened. It was amazing, and of course with Acolyte, you know, having these two Asian males going at it, um and I keep wanting to say two black leads. I'm like, it's one actress, two characters, but I just think that's just fantastic, you know.
Yeah.
And it's not like erasure of any kind of anyone else. It's just everyone
No.
else is coming to the party. That's all that is.
Yes. Yes. It just would be nice if they were given better stories to to move forward with, uh,
Oh,
or
Finn.
Finn, or the whole. There's a whole story to be told with Jana, and that
Yes.
moment at the end of Rise of Skywalker with Lando, and are we
Who
going to see any of
knows?
that?
Who
And
knows? Maybe whenever this Lando series comes out, or movie. Maybe he'll be in it. Maybe we'll have John in there. It'll be their story. Who knows? I'm all about it, though. I can't wait.
It's awesome, awesome. So, so that's why it felt fitting of all figures
Hmm.
to pick up Saul
Mm.
for me from you.
Yeah,
Uh,
thank you.
and then the other piece is I got also I didn't want to just get one thing here, so I did get these foot stands. So I'm bringing holding this up as a prop. So maybe you could talk about Broaxium Outpost and what do you have right now? What can folks look forward to? What can we expect?
Yeah. What I want to do with Broaxium Outpost is have as much of everything for collectors, and for collectors like action figure photographers, all that kind of stuff. So stands, dioramas are going to be something that I want to get into. Different kinds of stands as well, like that one.
Hmm.
Uh, I just different kinds, and like that one is what was the company name again for that? Yeah,
Elevate, it says at the top.
Figure displays. Yeah, they're amazing. They're amazing. They have so many good designs and whatnot. So I'm going to get all that stuff in. So for people who they display their figures, and like I have a display in my living room, and I always want to do all these different dynamic poses and that sort of thing. So I want to help out and help people get those. I want to have as much as I can as far as the different genres of action figures out there. It's slow going right now, so I'm just getting started. But right now we have, of course, Star Wars. A couple of Star Wars things. Um, GI Joe,
Uh-huh.
Transformers, anything that's still going on from my, from our youth. GI Joe,
Yeah.
Transformers, Masters of the Universe. Um, uh, what else? What else? What are that? GI Joe,
Oh, we
Transformers,
could go back to the
Masters.
site.
Yeah,
I mean,
yeah.
you've also got Funkos as well.
Yep, got the Funkos. I want to get more like vehicles and play sets to help out do that. Dragon Ball, definitely Street Fighter.
Yeah.
Because I used to be not used to. I still am heavy into like anime and things like that. So
Okay.
I want to start getting more anime stuff in. Not just Dragon Ball, but much more. Yu Yu Hakusho, Bleach, Naruto, Boruto, all that kind of stuff. I'm gonna have all that in as well. So yeah, it's gonna be a wide ranging thing. As time goes on, it's going to evolve. And apparel, I want to start doing apparel. One
Okay.
thing that I'm working on right now, well, I'm going to be working on it today because the work never ends. Is
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to start doing these things called, if you maybe if you go to the go back to the about. I'm not about. I'm sorry, the shop.
Okay. Going back to the
Yeah.
shop.
Yeah. You'll see it's a couple things down. It's called Comic Collector Combos. There's nothing in there
Oh,
right
right
now on
here.
the site. Yeah,
Uh
there's
huh.
nothing in there right now, but that's going to be. I'm doing packs of toys with a corresponding comic book.
Oh, that's
Uh,
brilliant.
so like I'm doing right now. I'm working on. I have these Star Wars Vintage Collection Star Wars droids. If you remember that cartoon from back in the day, I have
Yep.
these Star Wars droids figures, and I'm putting in a couple issues. No, I think the five main issues of Dark Droids, that series that ended sometime last year. Yep, there's number one right there. Um, so I'm gonna put those with that as like as a little pack and whatnot. So I'm gonna do that with the Star Wars toys. I'm gonna start doing that with the GI Joes, the Transformers, Thundercats. When I start getting more Thundercat stuff in, He Man. So yeah, I'm gonna be start doing those packs to you know for collectors of the toys, and if they haven't read the comics, here's your chance to see all these different characters in a whole new light. Like GI Joe has been phenomenal lately. Transformers as well, like what they're doing with the Energon universe, where they're combining GI Joe and Transformers into one universe in the
Mm.
comics right now, and I think it's amazing. So yeah, I definitely want to.
That's amazing. No, this makes sense. I mean, it's the intersection of that comic book heritage with the toys combined
Yeah,
together. It makes it. It makes sense. It makes sense. It makes sense as an experience. That's an
yeah,
experience.
yeah.
In the chat. Okay, I got to catch up. So Ken Leung was Red 5.
Oh,
That's right.
it was Red
The
5.
guy.
Okay. Well,
he
from Jedi or from Rogue One?
I
Rogue
think
One, Red
Jedi.
5.
Wait, it's a different Ken Leung.
Okay, okay, that is him.
Well,
Okay.
Yeah, now I feel bad. I got to rewatch Return of the Jedi later. And then what is it?
Lieutenant.
Lieutenant Telsage was A.G. Kusahara, first Asian actor in the Star Wars universe in A Return of the Jedi.
That's him.
And okay. Oh, wait. No, there was a correction. No, I was wrong about Red 5. Okay, so it was. So some other Asian dude and some other rye. Yeah. Somewhere I do have the pilot that was killed in Return of the Jedi. Yeah, somewhere I've got that.
Nice.
Let's see. And oh my God. OMG, that toy with a comic is brilliant. I have a vague memory of Mr. T comic book with a
Yes.
toy when they came out. I don't remember that, but I remember the toys. I don't remember that. But yeah, that's awesome.
I'm trying to get my hands on the Clubber Lang. The Marvel, I'm sorry, not Marvel. McFarlane is doing this. They have this series of they call it Movie Maniacs, and they're doing the Rocky films. Now, Carl Weathers is like my all-time favorite actor. Like, it crushed me when he died. He looks just like my dad, so like, you know, there was that connection there. But so they had the Apollo Creed figure. I got that, and that's in the store, and I have like a couple for me. And they did a Clubber Lang, so I'm trying to get that now for because he was Mr. T, and that was like a lot of people's introduction to him. So I'm trying to get those figures as well.
And here it is. Here it is.
Here he is, the Master of Disaster, the King of Sting.
Oh man! So I think after this show, I'm gonna have to have to pick this up from you, Chris, because I love this. I love this figure. Total sidebar. So
you can look at that as like Grief Karga, you know, in his younger days, you know, before he became part of the Bounty Hunters Guild. He used to just box, you know, with
red, white, and blue shorts. Yeah. The cantina can get a little rough sometimes, and so yeah, who knows?
Sometimes you gotta knock somebody out of Navarro, you know.
So one time earlier in my life, I used to work overseas. I used to work in Russia for a time, and this was in the 90s. And it was kind of a challenging experience. I'm glad I did it in retrospect. And I go to the Planet Hollywood in Moscow, and it's the boots of Ivan Drago on the wall. And then I start going on this, like, I had all this time to myself. So I started going down the downward spiral of all these things that I don't like about Russia. And like number one on the list is the death of Apollo Creed.
Yes. Yes. Yeah. Like all right. So with that movie Maniacs, they just put up for pre-order Rocky from Rocky 4 going up against Ivan Drago. I refuse to order that Ivan Drago. I refuse.
Yeah.
Why is that character not in jail? How did they bring him back in the Creed movies? He should be behind bars for murder. Sorry.
Yes.
I can go on a tangent. On a tangent. Nope.
No. Still bothers me.
No redemption story for him. Nope.
No. Still bothers me.
It bothers me very much.
Yeah. It's like one of the most traumatizing movie deaths of the 90s. Is it the 90s?
I cried. I was 10 years old when I came out. I cried because, like I said, Carl Weathers looks so much like my dad,
Mm-hmm.
and just to see your dad get beaten to death, on screen, like I was just like,
Yeah.
like
I
watching
mean,
that.
he's twitching in
Yeah,
the ring.
it's crazy. I was like,
It's crazy.
that's too much for a little 10-year-old me. Um,
Well, you know,
and
I'm
then
like,
Predator came out, and then I cried
oh
again
yeah.
when he got killed. I'm like, no, stop killing Carl Weathers. Like, oh man,
Oh,
I like every scene any action scene that Carl was in Mandalorian. I was like, don't you do it? Don't
yeah.
you do it?
Yeah.
There better be a statue erected in Grief's honor in Mando and Grogu.
Yes. Yes.
There has to be.
Yes. Yes.
I want the new Razor
Such
Crest
as
to be called the Grief Cargo or the Cargo. Something like that. Name his ship after the man. I don't know. Or change the
maybe
whole
the
planet
Creed.
of
What if they called it the Creed?
I will take that as a double meaning. I will take that. I will take that. I like that so much. Yes.
I mean, they could just call it Apollo Creed, and it would be beautiful and glorious. And I would have a fleet of them in my
Yes.
house.
Yeah. I was like, oh, I'm buying them all. Yes. For me. None of them will reach the store. I'm buying them all for me. And I'll just have them sitting in my little display back there.
That's right. Why aren't there any on the Broaxium Outpost? Oh, they're
all here. They're mine. They're
That's
mine.
right.
Sorry.
That's right. Yeah, there was an earlier Rocky series, but it's just like bizarre. There was a side of beef action figure.
Yes.
I don't remember what toy company it was. It seems so bizarre and odd that I kind of want to have it. Yet, what the heck would I ever do with this thing? Yeah, this is
just put them on display. Just have them punch it. Yeah,
Look at. Yes, so my family can see. What the hell is this? Oh, it's a side of beef. What? Why?
What's wrong with that?
Because it looks cool.
Yeah. Rocky, he did the thing.
Yeah. So Chris, I know. Yeah, go ahead.
Oh, is that the old school original Prime behind you?
No, this is the popcorn bucket from AMC.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow,
it's a
awesome.
popcorn bucket. It opens up, and you can use straws for the. Where the heck am I? Straws to be the little smokestack, so you can put your drink in the cab and the
great
popcorn.
That's awesome.
Yeah, it looks good. The wheels turn and everything. It's fun.
Was that for one of those Bay movies, or was that
whatever the most recent one was, which I think I've never actually seen?
Rise of the.
Yeah,
I think that was the only good one. That's just me. I have a thing about those Michael Bay Transformers movies.
I did see it. I saw it online later. It was okay.
Rise of the Beast was good.
I couldn't tell you anything about it. Okay. Yes.
I remember the one thing I remember is G.I. Joe at the end.
Yes, that's right.
Spoilers.
It was good for that, and the guy from Hamilton. And I couldn't tell you anything about the specifics.
It's kind of like the Bumblebee movie, where like the beginning. And did you ever see the Bumblebee movie?
Yes, I enjoyed
that. They did Cybertron.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Yeah,
perfection.
Yeah, that was a good movie. I enjoyed that movie. So what surprised? If you could share a little bit, what surprised you about now being a small business owner? What didn't you know coming in that has
plenty
surprise, good or bad, that you've been willing to share?
Plenty that I there's plenty. When I was thinking like of doing the business, I was thinking of all the fun stuff that I could do, and oh man, I gotta make the store look like this, and I can have this and this and that, and oh, that's gonna be awesome. The paperwork and everything to get to was like I knew I had to do it, but like it's it was much, like, all the permits and this and that. Um, there are added, there are pressures with doing this. Like, I hope, this is sustainable, and there's a lot of pressures and anxieties that come with it that I'm dealing with, working through, and but in all of that distress and anxiety and all that kind of stuff, um, I wouldn't change what I'm doing for the world. I am having, uh, being in charge of my own destiny is I just I would not trade that for anything. It's been uplifting, it's been fulfilling, and I'm just getting started.
That's so
So,
awesome. That's so awesome. Well, if I think we still have some folks listening, so if you're watching and you got any questions for Chris, feel free to post them in the chat. Or if you're watching later and you've got questions, please post them in the chat, and maybe Chris can field them at that later time. Or we would love to continue the conversation with you. And let's see. Any just to make sure that we're attentive to the marketing here. So we do have down below the promo code, and thank you for doing this, Chris.
no
The promo code for 10% off your first purchase at broaxiumoutpost.com. And I had a really great experience, and just to say thank you for the extra goodies that were included in the package.
Cool.
That
no
was
problem.
awesome. I have not read them yet. I
So
will read them.
So is that, and the other side is the
It's right here. Yes,
Dark Droids. Yeah, nice.
Dark Droids, and then you include a High Republic comic. Something that's been intimidating for me about the High Republic is that I feel like I'm already late.
I mean, yeah, there's a lot to catch up on, but go with your own. You can go with your own pace. Like,
Okay.
it's out there and whatnot. Just stay away from any spoilers or people talking about the books and all that kind of stuff. Like, I used to try to get through it as quickly as possible, just so I can ingest everything. Now I'm just taking my time with the High Republic, and yeah, loving it.
That's awesome. Okay. Well, all right. Well, Chris, I know you're a busy guy, and you've got a business to run. I would encourage everybody, if you get a chance, go to broaxiumoutpost.com and place an order. Check out what Chris has to offer. The store is just getting started, so It's such a thrill. Chris, I've met you a couple of times before, and when I heard that you were doing this, I just felt so proud of you, man.
Thanks. Thanks.
It's an accomplishment, it's achievement. Obviously, like with any business, there's the road ahead, and there's going to be the peaks and valleys. But I give you tremendous amount of credit for taking this leap. It's
Thank you.
Beautiful.
Thank you so much, man. Your support has been absolutely uplifting. Like, we launched this. Like, I'm the kind of person where, like, at my other jobs, where when I order something and I bring it in and I put it on the shelf, I'm like, if it doesn't sell out immediately, I'm like, oh, I failed. Oh no, I was like that. So when the site launched, I'm like, I was like, the first 5 seconds, I'm like, oh no, like no one. and then like you were the first. I'm like, oh my god, Greg, and then, like, it just like you definitely lifted my spirits heavily. Being like my first customer and everything. I'm like, and it's someone I know, so I was like, that's so awesome. That's so awesome, and I hope anyone out there listening and watching, I hope that you check out broaxiumoutpost.com. Hopefully you see something there you like. We have a wide range of stuff, and we hope that you join us and become part of the Bounty Hunters Guild with us as we go forward.
That is
So yeah,
fantastic. Thank you. Thank you so much, Chris. And wait a minute, one more last YouTubey thing. Where can people find you? Where can people follow you and Broaxium Outpost? How can people get connected?
yeah. You can find us on Twitter, on Instagram, TikTok, YouTube, Facebook. Just type in Broaxium, uh, and we will pop up. Either Broaxium or Broaxium Outpost. You'll find us anywhere. Absolutely. Junkyard, thank you, brother.
Awesome. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Chris, for taking the time. Thank you, all who are watching,
Yeah.
for taking a little bit of your day. And thanks for watching. Do us a favor, hit the like, hit the subscribe, all the YouTube things for this channel too. But yes, run over to broaxiumoutpost.com immediately. We appreciate it. All right. Thanks so much, Chris. This was a treat.
Thank you. And everyone out there, may the force be with you
Always.
always.